Mr. Marc RAMIARINJATOVO, a very young and highly skilled Malagasy man, was born on July the 15th, 1967. He is married and has one son. His objective being the President of Madagascar, leading the Fourth Republic and fighting intensively poverty in Madagascar. Talking about education and trainings, Mr. Marc RAMIARINJATOVO got his high school degree in 1985. But he didn't stop there. With perseverance, he got his master's degree in business administration in 2002 from one of the best accountancy and enterprise administration college of Madagascar, in that time known as INSCAE. But apart from that, Mr. Marc RAMIARINJATOVO has also followed other important trainings about project management and job creation within the Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Lille in France. Of course, those trainings enabled him today to manage many companies but also some state departments. What about his experiences? Mr. Marc is a 24 years experienced man if talking about public work. Since he was very young, at the age of 21, he has already started his career with the public administration by working for the Ministry of Agriculture, Farming and Fishing. Being visionary, Mr. Marc RAMIARINJATOVO didn't stop with just working for the state. He also decided to create the ESCAM University in 1997, one of the biggest business and management Malagasy college 15 years later. Until now, he is the general manager of the college, which has already graduated more than 5,000 students since its foundation. From 1998 to 2001, by always having this spirit of leadership, he was appointed to be the president of the Civil Servants Association. Following that way, during that same period, he was also appointed to be the missionary of the World Bank so as to teach enterprise administration and project management within the National University of Mazang, Madagascar. In 2004, he was elected mayor of the rural commune of Alassur, and during the 4 years he has managed the town hall of Alassur, he could make of it the best commune all over Madagascar, talking about economy and innovation. That period also enabled him to entertain some relationship with many international organizations such as the Lions Club, the Soroptimist, the government of Japan, and also the one of Netherlands. Together with this high personality of being a great manager, Mr. Marc RAMIARINJATOVO never forgets his identity of being a dedicated Christian. He has always proven to be a responsible and an active servant of God by being a member of his church commission all along the 10 last years. By being committed to success, Mr. Marc never gave up when talking about politics. In 2007, he decided to be a candidate for the mayor election in the capital city. Unfortunately, he was competing with two tough candidates, which were Mr. Andres Willen, the current president of the transition, and also Mr. Rafal Manan, the current mayor of that time. He won the third place during that election. Since 2009, he has started to bring his contribution to the poverty fighting by exploiting the famous topic, job creation, vaccine against the poverty. According to this objective, he has traveled throughout Madagascar and visited several towns, communes, districts, and regions. The trainings were provided for free to people who were interested in job creation. In total, More than 60,000 people were beneficiaries of that program. Mr. Marc RAMIARINJATOVO is so proud of himself about this initiative as it is unique all over Africa and particularly all over Madagascar. Until today, Mr. Marc RAMIARINJATOVO never said die, and this time he steps up to his plate by being candidate for the next presidential election. He wants to give his best for his nation. He wants to do more so as to keep the Malagasy people out of poverty. He wants to share all he has for the good of his nation. He just wants Madagascar to live the blessing it got from God of heaven. He wants a Madagascar à vovó, a new Madagascar. Mr. Marc RAMIARINJATOVO has decided to be candidate for the mayor election of the capital city of Antananarivo and has declared it officially in front of the press at the Carlton Madagascar Hotel. His plan is to build a new Yariv within the capital city. Some representatives from the 6 town halls of Antananarivo came to attend this event and listened carefully to Mr. Marc's official speech and his program for the capital city. Each new Madagascar section coming from every city of the capital looked to be ready for the election preparations. The event was ended with a big feast between the leaders and the state representatives. Let us precise that all the candidates for the mayor election have been invited by the UNICEF organization so as to sign a contract for children's rights, and among them, Mr. Marc RAMIARINJATOVO was present. Mr. Marc RAMIARINJATOVO was explained to the journalists the way he will deal at the communication level, but also the way he will manage the election results. The candidate didn't forget to put his big and great project between God's hands as being Christian. From day one, all the inhabitants of Antananarivo were ready to attend the first meeting with Mr. Marc RAMIARINJATOVO and looked to be ready to let the capital city management between his hands. The first district of Tana, where we have the largest number of electors, were coming in large number and have proven their interest to vote for Mr. Marc. Nevertheless, that doesn't mean that the other districts didn't participate actively. In fact, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and even the sixth district also came in large numbers. Children like adults, operators like jobless people, girls and boys, everybody came to support all meetings organized by the MDV Association. They wanted to see and to live at Yariv Vovo. ending of the propaganda was still held in the city of Ankurjano. It was animated by many singers who supported Mr. Marc RAMIARINJATOVO as well. The place was crowded and the crowd was looking forward to have met. All the 192 cities of the capital were represented during this ending, and everybody was convinced to bring Mr. Marc RAMIARINJATOVO to the place of mayor so as to accomplish his vision to set up the new Yariv.
Yariv,